Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
Good morning, Bellows Falls, and welcome to the feed. It's March 18th. Here we are with Marty and Andrew, our surprise guest. When I didn't know that Andrew knew that there was actually a 7:30 in the morning in addition to a 7:30 in the evening, but he has proven me wrong. He is here. He actually rode his motorcycle in today. It's 28 degrees out, and he rode his motorcycle in. He's like the pure Vermonter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's never too cold.
Thank you for coming. We're going to talk a little bit about remote learning and what the effect is having on the younger generation, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But first, we're going to go with Marty and some local events, updates. This is going to be a different show. We're going to have a clip a little bit later, and then we might, for the Facebook folks, we might go a little extra time.
So interestingly enough, I have for the first time ever on the feed no events to promote, which is apropos of our title, Life Changes. So there really are no events because everything is shutting down. Cabaret shut down, the movie theater shut down, restaurants and bars are shutting down, local businesses are shutting down. I do want to give you a quick update of what's happening here at the health center. The clinic is open upstairs. They are asking anyone that has any symptoms that they think are related to corona, which is respiratory symptoms, a cough, a fever, or shortness of breath. Those are the key things to not even come into the health center, but to call the health center, get screened, and then they will let them know whether their symptoms are such that they could come into the health center or they need to be sent somewhere else. But they are still open. They are seeing, their regular doctors are seeing their regular clients. There's a lot fewer people in the waiting room. Our staff is disinfecting the waiting room every half hour on the hour, going through disinfecting. Dr. Alabadi, the dentist here in the building, he is not doing routine cleanings, but he's doing emergency visits and procedures that were planned, like he has a root canal that was started and had to be finished, those type of things. There's a separate entrance if people don't want to come through the building. They know they can enter Dr. Alabadi's office from the back.
So if they have dental emergencies, should they call the office?
They should call the office, yeah. And I apologize for not having those numbers right in place. This has been a different show this morning, so we're all a little off our kilter this morning. HCRS is still open and operating. A lot of their staff is working remotely. They're not bringing their clients in. They used to do a lot of group events with their clients. They're not doing as much of that, but they are still open. The fitness center has closed. YMCA is working, I believe they're working either in their office and asking people not to come in and to call them. I'm not sure where River Valley Credit Union is going. I haven't checked in with them yet. I'm going to guess they're going to go to just drive-through at some point. That's what a lot of local banks are doing.
I'm guessing that's probably true.
But every business that's doing that is posting it on Facebook and letting people know.
Yeah, I ran into Mario Hernandez, the bank manager for People's yesterday, and we were talking, and he said they're probably going to try to keep it, if they can, to ATM services, but then they have to be there, and so they're essential service.
I wondered about that because they don't have a drive-through. They took the drive-through out. Bad move, People's Bank. But,
they have the ATM.
It's an ATM, but it's not a drive-through.
Yeah, you're right. They can't
do a drive-through where you could
talk to people
very social distance.
Oh, is that one by
the
hair places? That's not an ATM anymore?
It's an ATM.
It's an ATM, but it used to be you could talk to somebody
and
say, "Hey, I want to do this or I want to do that."
And unfortunately, there's a lot of older people and folks in town who don't do online banking, who don't use ATMs. They need to have that. Go to the bank and do their
but
thing.
I thought Mario says they're going to be open. They're essential. They're going to do their part, and everyone's taking precautions. But people are trying to step up.
And I think you made an interesting point this morning when we were kind of pre-chatting, and you were saying the difference between what struck me is social distancing and 100% shutting down. Because not everybody can 100% shut down, and not everybody can not go into work.
Yeah,
I just want to give a huge shout out to my housekeeping staff because they have been in here every day working to keep this place as sanitized as we possibly can.
Right, and they do an amazing job and they've been doing an amazing job for all these years.
All the way around.
And they're
It's
never, it's
They
like
get a
one of those
shout-out,
unsung heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, one of the other things that we probably should say is, this is Marty's vacation.
It is my
Well,
vacation.
you have an interesting way of going on vacation.
I know,
I
our
can't
vacation got
imagine
canceled.
that you would have thought, oh, let's see,
I
for
think
my
it's-
vacation this year, maybe I'll have a coronavirus.
Instead of
And-
going to a beautiful tropical beach, I think I'm going to stay in Bells Falls and have everything shut down and everybody social distance and worry about
Yeah,
all of the
these things.
repercussions and
Yeah.
all of that stuff. Yeah, I think that would be a good.
That's a good vacation.
good
I
vacation.
said if I could have found an umbrella, I
Put
was
it in my
going to put it
coffee.
in your coffee, but thank you for being here and thank you for helping out and doing what you do.
It's all we can do. It's all we
Yeah.
can do. And I'll talk a little bit about, more towards the end, I would like to talk a little bit about things that each one of you can do. Simple things that each person can do that might make a difference in the community.
But I'm going to switch to Andrew because he's been here being very patient. Andrew is a senior at the, what do they call that school?
Bells Falls Union High School, USD 19, I think.
Yeah, and he has been impacted, I think, greatly by this thing. He was supposed to graduate this year. I think in my opinion, I think he still will. But I can understand his anxiety around. Everything's up in the air now, right?
Not just mine. So, as a recap of what's happened so far is mandated all schools in Vermont are shut down for a mandatory 3 weeks, as in no going to school. But just yesterday we started our online learning process.
Oh, that's good.
And we've got in emails is really everything that we're going through is emails in the Zoom Hangout rooms and Google Classroom, all that. It's all online. You can see all your assignments, all your notes, all that stuff. And then you get face chats with your teachers and your other classmates to talk about the assignments if you need help with them. But, I mean, it does raise a problem when kids don't have internet access,
Yeah, I can imagine.
which I don't know what's
What would
happening.
you say the percentage of kids? Is it
It's
5% or is it 40% that don't have it?
I would say it's more towards the 5%,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because, I mean, Vermont, we're pretty good about having internet access in most places,
Uh-huh.
and if not, going to public places, which I just can't
I
do
was gonna
anymore.
say
just
those
can't
public
do
places
anymore.
are
I mean,
shut down.
even the library is shut down,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think, well, one of the suggestions that I heard, I don't know if this is like what they're doing, but the teachers will print out all their stuff in the packets and then have them do it, and then if and when we go back to school, they bring it back. But
Yeah.
that's what was in the chatter so far.
And how are they doing anything that might have like a lab or I don't know what courses you were taking this semester, but
So-
did you have anything that like you needed to go and do a lab, something that you would have to touch something?
Yeah. So, like, for instance, art class.
Yeah, there's a good example.
Some kids don't even have art supplies, and I don't know how they're supposed to do the art classes. Or, like, as a senior, we have a senior project.
Mm-hmm.
Our senior project is supposed to be presented next month, which, I mean, I should probably start on, but it's supposed to be an all-year-round
In
thing.
true senior form.
Yes, I
Senior-
love it.
senioritis,
Something's never
but-
changed. I love it.
But it's due next month, and we're supposed to present it.
Yeah.
And that's like a graduation requirement. That's a big thing for all seniors is their senior project. So I don't know if we're gonna have a face chat with our
Yeah, or
FaceTime
do it
with
on
our,
Zoom or.
Yeah,
It
which-
seems like Zoom, everybody's picking up on Zoom right
I
now.
know. But that's as far as I know. That's as deep as we've gotten so far. We don't even know
Yeah.
if when we're opening back up or how long it's gonna be, which brings a lot of kids' anxiety is how long they're gonna have to do this and how long they're gonna have to stay home or.
And whether they will graduate or not.
Well, that's a big thing
Yeah.
is because, like me, I'm behind on a couple credits, and I need to go into school and I need to talk face to face with teachers, so that way I can get the credits and like learn what I need to do.
Yeah, to get that extra credit.
to get those extra credits.
Yeah, yeah.
And like other kids who school is like where they do everything. You know, they don't work well from home or.
Yeah.
That's where they have all their friends, you know what I mean? That's also a thing is people, this is our senior year. Senior year, you're supposed to live it up. You're supposed to have, be with all your
It's
friends.
like
You're supposed to,
the best of times.
we have prom Project Grad, we have graduation, and if all those things get canceled, that's, I mean, Project Grad, we'd stop all fundraising right now. All of our fundraising have been canceled. And that's a big thing. I mean, I don't think we've ever missed a Project Grad.
I can't, or a prom. I'm thinking,
Or a prom, yeah. Prom
Or
has
graduation.
always been on.
Yeah, or a graduation.
Graduation would be the big one. But, I mean, just a social aspect. Prom is a big social gathering, and you only get 4 of them.
Yeah.
So, to miss one, some people, they take it hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it is. Like you said, it's like, those are life events.
Yeah.
Those are things that 50 years from now, people will still remember prom.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
I think it's also, it's been hard, I think, because the teachers, I believe the teachers were kind of warned they were getting things ready, and then all of a sudden, nope, they can't go into school and do anything.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think it was a double-edged sword, for both the students and the teachers. I know they were getting the packets you talk about, they were getting the packets ready and prepared, I believe, to send the packets home with the students. Like, there was supposed to be more of a progression of closing versus just we're doing it. And I think that's made things even more chaotic for everybody.
Yeah, well, I remember Monday, 2 days ago, they were supposed to have a meeting at the school going over everything, and that got canceled.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And that really screwed all the teachers up, so now
they're scrambling.
They're scrambling, exactly.
As well as you guys. So how do you structure your day now that you're, I mean, how's that?
So
that must be, it's hard for an adult working from home to structure it, never mind.
So I think the teachers have kind of made it more easy on themselves. I haven't actually started, I have 3 classes. I have print, broadcast media.
It's good to know how many classes.
Well, I go to the tech center too.
Yeah, okay, oh yeah.
So I'm in the AVP program there. And basically we have a 9 a.m. and a 1 p.m. check-in. You can go to either one of those, and that's your attendance for the day. You go on the Zoom call, you say, I've done all this, I don't have any questions, and then you get marked present.
How many people do you see on the Zoom call? Do you see just your teacher, or do you see
You
like
can see
4 or
everybody.
5 people?
Yeah,
see
I think it's
everybody?
up to like 11 people in one chat.
Yeah.
But you go in, you check in there, and then you basically all your work is due Sunday for that week. They have a week-long course set up. We use Canvas. It's a website that structures everything really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And we go through, we do all that, and then it's due Sunday at 12 p.m. If you're late, then all the work is late.
Yeah.
But you have the whole week to do all that stuff. Whereas with the school, the actual school, not the tech center, we have to, I'm pretty sure everything's due like weekly also.
Yeah.
But there are some assignments that are due daily, which kind of sucks. But
Yeah, it's got to be just strange waters to navigate.
well, on top of that, I mean, I work,
Yeah.
so I have to balance that between my schoolwork and.
Yeah, I pick on Andrew a lot about being a young kid, but he really does. He goes to school, he goes to the tech center, and then he works at Judd's.
Who works on your car?
I know, he actually works on my car, so I have to feel a little guilty when I give him a hard time. But it keeps breaking down.
Not my fault.
Well, therefore he gets to keep working on it.
That's
so
right.
it's like,
I guess that's
there's a
career,
plan.
there's a career job security thing
Job
going
security,
there.
ensuring
I
that
did
they
want
That
to
hasn't
say
broken
that
down.
for the kids that like rely on school for like meals and stuff, they are doing like the summer meal program that they used to do, that they do every year. They're doing that now, I'm pretty sure. There was
Okay.
an email sent out about free
I thought I
lunches
saw-
for
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
That bag lunch, you go there, you pick it up, and then you have food.
But that's another thing that to organize. I mean, that's,
And they are doing deliveries. I think Haley down this hall is gonna be doing deliveries for kids, who,
well, that's a good thing to.
like a Meals on Wheels kind of thing.
So that kind of segues us into.
Yeah, that's the kind of
Thank you,
segues into
thank
the.
you,
Thank
Andrew.
you. Is there's actually a group coming together in Bellows Falls, Rockingham, or whatever you want, out of the Take Action Rockingham group. Called the Rockingham Mutual Aid Volunteers, and it's like everything else that's happening right now. It's like
starting.
there are people that are working on it. They're trying to get everybody coordinated. I just heard this morning that Greater Falls Connections is going to sort of be the lead agency, but I haven't talked with anybody there. and I've talked with
And I was
a
gonna
member of
say,
the board,
but
but
I haven't gotten an email as of
and-
yet, but my guess is they are working remotely from home as well. So my guess is if
Yeah.
this was decided last night, they probably haven't got an email
But,
sent out yet.
yeah, this is something that's other towns are doing. It's being done in Putney, it's being done in Brattleboro, it's being done, all these they're calling them mutual aid volunteer groups. And basically, it's the idea of if you know somebody that needs to be checked in on, that you would maybe check in on them. If you know somebody needs to have a prescription, then you would, the sign-up form that they're working on is like a 5-page form. It's gonna be online, and the idea is one part of the form is gonna identify volunteers who want to do things, and then the other side of the form is gonna identify people who might need things to be done. And this sort of is coming about obviously coming about very quickly. I can't give you a lot of great information. I'm hoping that later in the day we'll
have more information.
we'll have more information, but they're gonna have this form is gonna go out they're gonna find some landing spot on the internet for it. And when that happens, I think everything's gonna come together. Because it's like Haley there's a lot of people out there, that's one of the things that we can talk about a little bit, maybe is that this is a lot like Irene. You know, it's in many ways it's much worse. But the thing that it's invisible. It's in Irene, you could see there was a road washed out, or
And it
there was
happened,
somebody
and then
didn't have a.
It happened and then action could take place, and
Yeah.
we haven't actually, we're doing preemptive strikes before something
Yeah,
happens,
but
and that's
it's-
a whole different model.
But it's happened. I mean, stores are closed.
But I mean, before we are really infected.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. So some of this is like a rallying call. We need to look at the difference between completely shutting down and social distancing, and keeping somehow supporting local businesses. We have a clip coming up where I went around yesterday, and maybe we can just go to that clip and then we can come back and talk to it. We're going to run out of time for the regular show, but like I said, we're going to stick around a little bit and talk after the clip about these things, because I think it's an important thing, and I think people might be home watching TV
They
right
might,
now.
they
You
might, we
never
might have
know.
an audience of 3 versus
Yes,
2.
we could have doubled our
We've
audience.
doubled our audience,
All right.
possibly.
So, Alex, if we could go to clip. Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. It's Michael Patrick Smith here at the set of the feed. We're the day before the feed, and we're about to go on a little adventure. It's St. Patrick's Day 2020, and the coronavirus has hit. 2 o'clock today, all the bars and restaurants are going to close. We're going to try to slip in a little bit before that, see what's going on, try to talk with some local merchants, see how they're compensating for the virus, and hopefully we can find some ways that you can get out and support your local merchants, because they are the people that are going to keep this town alive. So here we go. We're going to grab our camera. We got our bag of goodies, and we're going to go see what's happening in downtown Bellows Falls on St. Patrick's Day 2020. Hey Jeff, how's it going?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good, good. So, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Same to you.
Luck of the Irish.
Well, we could use some good luck right now.
We really could use some good luck right now, can't we? Here we are. You're open.
We are.
What's happening? How are you guys dealing with this virus?
Well, right now we're running everything day to day. We've closed down our group rooms so that we don't have people within that 2 to 3 foot range breathing on each other, working hard, getting out of breath. We have kept the main gym open. We're asking people to spread out, wipe down their equipment prior to use and after use, and then I go through and I wipe down with my disinfectant wipes between those uses. The spirits are up here. Things are going good. We have a great crew. Some of them have faded away due to the nerves.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we've kept busy, and we're just going to keep working day to day.
So you're doing regular hours then?
We have reduced. We've eliminated Sunday,
Okay.
which was a slow day anyway. And we've asked our employees to, if there's no customers after a certain hour, we're just going to close early.
Yeah.
Leave a note on the door and get home safely.
Okay, well, thanks. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and good luck getting through this virus thing. I know it's going to be a strain on all the local businessmen, and we hope everybody does well.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping in.
All right.
we'll do what we can.
Good. Happy
Have a
St.
great day.
Patrick's Day.
You too.
Hey everyone, this is Alex over here at the Flatiron Exchange, and I'm here to celebrate St. Patty's Day, but there's nobody here. Wow, what's going on? We all know what's going on. It's a pretty sad situation, especially for a lot of retailers here, like the Flatiron Exchange, when it's a social spot where people come to hang out, get Wi-Fi, do work, see what's going on in town, and because of the pandemic that's going on, like these places are cleared out now. So what are you guys doing for the pandemic? You know, how are you guys going to manage through this?
Right now, we're kind of waiting it out, seeing what, they're going to tell us to do. We were told at 2 o'clock today that, all restaurants and whatnot bars have to either do takeout or close. So we are going to try to stay open as long as we can, probably only through the morning time, afternoon. We'll be closing early, I'm pretty sure. But we are open right now where we have cappuccinos, lattes, coffee, baked goods. Just, you can't hang out.
Yeah, no hanging out, which is kind of goes against like a coffee shop, right?
Right,
'Cause it's a
right.
hangout joint. So you had mentioned something a little bit earlier about like, a lot of people come in here this is their only means of internet access,
It's
right?
their internet access. It's where they have meetings where, different organizations have people come from different towns and whatnot, and this is their meeting place where they sit, have their meetings and whatnot, and they're not coming in, they're not doing that. So it's really difficult. I'm noticing people who work from home and possibly don't have internet there are wondering where to go since they can't sit here anymore to kind of do it, plug in phones, whatnot, charge up for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only coffee, but Wi-Fi fill up here, I mean, not Wi-Fi fill up, but internet phone charging and, internet access. So, I mean, like the biggest thing is, a lot of people in the community, they know what's going on with retailers, especially with, the food service industry because of the shutdown. Like, what can people do to kind of, help support Flatiron Exchange and other retailers? More specifically, what you guys?
Well, we have gift certificates available if anyone wants to just come in and kind of help out right now. We know that, it is slowing down. It's hard for the businesses. There's still costs involved that, if they have to close down completely, they're going to need help with. People have to continue to kind of carry on their lives even though they're asked to stay home. So we are offering gift certificates and whatnot for people if they want to come in and just purchase it and maybe use it at a later date to kind of just keep things flowing now.
Great. So they're still doing to go. Come in here, get your coffee, your cappuccino, and then get a gift certificate. Support your retailers, especially the food service industry through this difficult time. So good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Hopefully, better times. But Oh, wait. We gotta be careful.
So stay cautious when you're shaking hands.
Throw on a glove. There you go.
Thanks, Alex.
All right.
Hello.
Hello. What
How
you
are
guys
you?
doing?
Well, we're passing out St. Patrick's Day tokens, and we're asking people in the community what are they doing about the coronavirus, how are they coping, and what are their plans.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask you to pick. You can have a
I'll take a necklace.
there you go, a necklace. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how's holidays? What are you doing?
We have shortened our hours a
Uh-huh.
bit. Less people coming in. We're still offering delivery. We ran a special on Monday with free local delivery.
Oh, great.
Yep, with some people taking advantage of that. Just lots of cleaning. We have our sanitizer wipes down there, wiping when people are coming through. Lots of hand washing, keeping our space.
So St. Patrick's Day, are you doing any St. Patrick's Day special today? Or?
Well, the only thing we have on special are tulips. That's an ongoing special, but we do have some fun
Oh, like
St.
yeah,
Patrick's
cool.
Day.
Yeah.
Someone's headed in for these.
Uh-huh.
We have some
Carnations,
arrangements
green
in the
carnations.
fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And those shamrocks.
Yeah,
Nice.
those are fun. We have them in purple too.
Well, good. Thank you, and good luck through this thing, and I hope everything goes well.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Thanks for popping in, guys.
Yeah, happy
We'll see
St.
you later.
Patrick's Day. All right, here we go. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Here we are at the hardware store, downtown Bellows Falls. They're open.
We are open. Please come in, and we're here to serve.
Well, how are you seeing an impact from people not coming in, or what's?
There's some little impact, but I don't think we're still here. Everybody now has. Some people have some free time now to get some projects done.
Well, that's true too.
So painting, plumbing, we're here for.
Or if you
Here
want to
for-
like rent a chainsaw and cut your next year's wood.
If you want to rent the rototiller for in the mud or the snow, either way, we're here for here for everything.
Thank you guys so much, and
Thank you.
happy
Please.
St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
We were trying to get people to support the downtown. We know it's going to be a tough time for everyone, so good luck to you guys.
Thank you. We're here, and hopefully we can.
Yeah. All right, guys. All right, here we are at the Moondog Cafe. This is their last day of being open to the public. They're going to be, from today forward, they're going to be open from 10 to 2 every day for takeout orders. So you can still come in and get their great breakfast stuff. They have all sorts of good, great stuff. And you can get that from 10 to 2 every day. And then what they're working on, and they're doing a pilot this weekend, is on Friday night, they're going to do a takeout dinner. Because, a lot of people, it's the last day of the week, you've worked all week, you don't really want to cook, you want to go out and eat, but you can't go out and eat because the restaurants are closed. So Moondog's going to do a takeout dinner. This Friday is the first week they're going to do it, and it's going to be a really comfort food, home cooked. They're going to have meatloaf, mashed potatoes, maple glazed carrots, and it's going to be fantastic. So check out their Facebook page, and you'll get more information there. If people come out and support this could become a weekly thing, and they're talking about doing deliveries if they get enough orders. So check out the Moondog, check out their Facebook page, and support your. So that's it. That was St. Patrick's Day in downtown Bellows Falls 2020. The mood was sort of like the weather. It was a little gray and a little dark, but I think people are trying to figure it out. I was really impressed by. We actually stopped at Michael and talked with Michael Bruno and stuff that he's doing. So they're trying to adapt and move things around so that they can get their work schedule to sort of play out with the what's happening with the virus. The people at the Moondog have come up with some really creative ideas. I think there's a lot of chances for people to go in, support them. It's going to mean a change in your habits. Like I go out to dinner. My wife and I go out to dinner every Friday, and now we're thinking that meatloaf sounds pretty good. We won't have to cook. We can go pick it up, and we'll eat it at home, or we'll eat it somewhere else. But that's what's happening. Try to support your local merchants. Try to figure this out and wash your hands. Keep your distance, but keep a smile in your heart. It's my new saying. Keep a smile in your heart.
Oh, nice. Sad leprechaun.
Yes.
So there we have it. The reality of
Yeah, and it's changed even since then.
last
I mean,
night.
it's like people
Or
they're
yesterday.
just, a lot of the businesses are closing. The fitness center decided to close. I'm not sure what the right answers or wrong answers are, but it's really something we need to be thinking
I
about.
don't think but that's the problem. I don't think anybody knows what's right or what's wrong. So you're trying to do what you perceive as right, and half of the people cheer you, and half of the people think that
Yes.
give
You're
you
doing
a
the
heart to
wrong thing, yeah.
So I think it's important for everybody out there to really see both sides.
It is. It's the life hasn't ended. I mean, one of the things I was surprised, I was in earlier and talking with Alex, and they had the meeting last night, the
I
select
saw
board.
that they'd had the meeting and
And,
covered
it's
it so
not
people
like
could
the
see
select board meetings, there's maybe 10 people. And people were like, why are you meeting? You're just spreading on Facebook,
Oh,
we're like
okay.
giving them angry, sad faces and all this other stuff, because they were trying to continue on and do their thing. And, you know, I just don't know.
Well,
I think, sorry.
one of those
ahead,
things where,
Andrew.
like, you can't just shut down your local government. I mean, how are things going to get done around here?
Yeah. And it actually is, there should be some sort of call to action. I'm hoping that the volunteer thing works out, because there are a lot of seniors out there that
There's a
may
lot of
not.
people out there in general. I think too, if you can't, I think it was important to point out, as I was reading the information beforehand, that if you sign up to be a volunteer to help with mutual aid, it doesn't mean that you're locked into absolutely having to do everything. It may be
it's-
that you might be called on to help a neighbor next to you because you're next to that neighbor. So it's
And-
not like you're signing your life away. I think that's
Exactly.
important to point out.
And it may be something like interestingly enough, even though this isn't going, I've had some people say, hey, I could do this. And some people are like, well, I can do web services. If you guys are building a website, let me help with that. And so people might be able to do that. You had an idea of, I
Just
never
one
got
thing?
back to just one
Just one
thing.
thing. I think part of the angst everybody feels is they feel helpless. So I think if you think about just one thing you can do, just one thing you can go and you can buy a cup of coffee. Okay? I got in the unfortunate habit of making coffee at home just because it was easier, but I've been trying to make a concerted effort to go to Flatiron and get a coffee to go. That's just one thing. Bill and I have made a plan that because there's a lot of local restaurants doing takeout, that at least one night a week we'll get takeout from one of those restaurants as long as we can. Again, just one thing. The nursing homes, all of the local nursing homes are shut down to visitors, and that is devastating to the people in the nursing home. So you could, even if you don't know anybody in a nursing home, just send a card,
Yeah,
and they'll hand it
yeah.
out to a general resident, and that makes their day. So it's
Yeah.
just one thing. There's a lot of just one things that you can
Yeah.
do.
Well, that's
There
the
are.
difference between like this epidemic and like say Irene, because Irene, it was a physical thing that you could see. You know what you needed to do to an extent.
Yeah.
This, there's a lot of people that don't have a clue what to do to help, and you never know. It could be something small, like you said. So signing up for this will open up your eyes and get out more of what needs to be done and what people
Yeah.
can help out with. And
Exactly.
And I just want to point out too, because I think this is super important. I had a conversation with someone the other day about this. When you're grocery shopping, and I understand we're all trying to get some extra things in the house, but try not to clean the stores out and stockpile, because what about that person that doesn't have the disposable
they're
income to do that,
working
and they're
from-
living paycheck to paycheck, and maybe not even paycheck to paycheck right now. So they need to be able to go in and get chicken for dinner that night that someone else came in and bought 25 pounds of to put in their freezer I just think
Yeah,
we need to
for
all be very
doomsday.
prudent about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand that we need to look at maybe having extra things in the house, and we don't know what's going to happen. But we have to leave some for everybody else too.
especially
agree.
I know it's a big issue of people buying baby wipes because
Mm-hmm.
you can't find any more toilet paper, so you got to buy the baby wipes. But people who need the baby wipes for their actual babies can't find them.
Blind baby wipes, right?
And that's extremely selfish to the point where, like, that's not okay. You can't be buying the baby wipes if you don't have a baby to
Yeah.
use them on. I mean,
Yeah. So let's use some common sense.
Exactly.
And and as we were talking there, I was thinking the other thing that this mutual aid thing, I mean, it's what you're talking about giving, but when you give, you get a lot back. And if you're sitting at home and you're depressed and you maybe not have work, you may have a little bit of work, you may have time on your hands, you might want to think about signing up for something like this, and it might help you to be able to structure your day, because if you don't have a purpose, it's really difficult
It is.
to make it through the day. And so this could be your purpose, so think about that.
Awesome. We should end with that note.
We should end with that note.
All right,
COVID-19, finding your purpose.
There you go.
All right. And thank you, Andrew, for coming in.
Yes.
It was great. I really enjoyed having you, and I hope that you'll join us in the future.
All right, we'll see you next
That's
week,
it, Bellows
community.
Falls.